Nick, Sophie, and Sue, quick question regarding step 2.1.
Yeah, go ahead, Sophie.
Yeah, could you give me a hint of where this video and signal cable is?
We expect it on the right-hand side, on the very top, so in the alpha 2 area.
Oh, okay, alpha 2. And I see that this big cable is plugged into the computer already, so, but the ending, it's a Y cable, and one end is plugged into the computer, and the laptop video is not plugged.
That's affirmative.
Okay, and so that's good config?
That is a good config. I think if you can confirm that 2.2 is done, that this cable is connected to the laptop, then all fine. Yep.
So then we are good then.
Affirmative.
Fill station on 2 for double cold bags.
We are ready.
1061 is unpacked and same location for the dry out.
Copy 1061 done, and we are good with that same location.
Meaning from Sophie, I see no loose parts and no debris, including no yellow debris.
And we copy. Good news. So then you can press on.
In case I will done them.
And Sophie, we definitely think that should be your preference.
Okay, so with what I saw with the inspection window, I'm very not worried at all. And so I keep them ready in case, but I will not done them right now.
Sounds good to us.
And do you confirm that you're going to do the commanding on step 4.3?
We are checking.
Copy.
So just to double check, so you were just looking for the go in 4.1?
So yeah, that was. I was also reading all the steps ahead, which are time critical. So yes, first I will be waiting for the go in step 4.1, and then question for 4.3. Last time it was done per ground commanding, and so I wanted to know if it's going to be also the case.
Okay, we understand your preference is that we will do it from ground, so we are ready to do that.
Copy. And so then if you have the go both for 4.1 and ready to do 4.3, then I am ready to activate the mechanical latch.
Copy, keep you posted.
Okay, thanks. From Sophie, I confirm no yellow flakes or no debris.
And Munich copies.
Consultation on 2 for cold stowage.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we are working bag 1039. We opened up frost, and we actually decided to close it again because there was a huge amount of a white powdery substance that was all floating out into the cabin. So I would recommend we continue to get a vacuum cleaner or something because there was a huge amount of stuff just kind of coming out toward Jack.
Copy that report. Good job on closing the lid, and then just the white powdery substance, is any of it kind of still in the cabin then liberated, just floating around, or did any of it get on you guys?
Stand by, let me check. Yeah, there's some. They're kind of staying contained in that area because there's a lot of gem ventilation there, so it's pretty well contained in that spot, moving toward the ventilation ducts where it all kind of gathers in the port end of gem. It wasn't light green, though. It was all white. Seems to be all like a white powdery substance. I don't know if it's maybe the light green material that's described or if it's something else, but it was significantly accumulated all over kind of the inside, like on the edges as soon as he opened it.
And copy that report, Jessica. Stand by for the moment. We'll get you some words here in a moment.
Okay, copy. The time that we opened it the first time was 4:44, but we shut it like less than about a minute later, so now it's closed.
Copy that.
There's also some of the powdery substance on the insulator lid that we removed. I don't think that we'd be able to wipe it away unless we got like a wet wipe or a white water wipe. Let me know if you recommend that.
Would you mind adjusting the gem camera you guys have currently set up so we can get a field of view of what's going on? And copy the suggestions. Jessica, I'm still back with you on to for some forward steps. So since we're not quite sure what that powdered substance is, we'll go ahead and treat it with our hazard level 2 response. See you floating back in the gym. I'll give you a second to get back.
Okay, yeah, copy has level 2 response. We did want to add one note. We did not put the incubator lid, the black lid, back on. We just closed it. So we still are holding, Jack's still holding that lid as well.
And copy, Jessica. Before we get to the lid real quick, just to clarify, for our hazard level 2, you guys are good just to keep your goggles and your dust mask on. We would like you to additionally don some silver shield gloves since we're, again, not sure of the nature of the substance. We like the recommendation to use a vacuum. We would advise to use the highest hazard level vacuum you guys have available, and then we'll have a forward plan for how to bag and dispose of the materials afterwards.
Okay, I believe we just have one has vacuum. If you know of another one, let me know, and I will go get silver sheet gloves and that vacuum.
Copy that. And we're assessing right now what to do with the insulator lid, and we'll get you a word shortly.
And Station Houston on 2 for the cleanup. We will be following along in EMER 1B 4.2 for the yellow zone, level 2 hazardous release cleanup.
Okay, copy. Unique from Sophie, quick question.
Yeah, go ahead, Sophie.
I have installed the standard experiment container for rotor alpha EC1 and the commending. Are you going to take care of this as well for to navigate to centrifuge alpha?
So table 1 you should use.
Yeah, so I did install the first one, but then it seems that after each installation we need to do some commending, or should I install all of them first and manually rotate and then the commending comes after? Because it's unclear to me in the procedure.
And that is the understanding. So first insert all the experiment containers. Manual rotate the rotor.
Okay, will do. Okay. Meaning from Sophie, all containers are now installed in rotor alpha, so do you want me to work on rotor bravo, or do you want us to do the commanding before?
And Sophie, we saw that one of the experiment containers is not completely locked. So that is the EC6, the last one that you installed. And that should be then the interface lever there. You please press again that it is really, how should I say, confirmed closed.
So that's interesting because I opened it and closed it again, and it seems that it was closed. So yeah, it seems closed again now. Then
we are checking, so we are having the telemetry then here, and was the telemetry that showed that it was not locked, but we are checking.
Yes.
And our telemetry, unfortunately, is still not convinced. Can you do it one more time and really press hard on that lever to convince it?
Okay.
So station on 2 for a few more words about frost.
Go ahead, Jessica.
And confirmed.
Yeah, we took another look at the photos, and I think that Jack does think he saw a little bit of the green stuff on the outside, kind of like on the latch that it shows in the figure. But it was when he opened the actual lid that all of the other stuff kind of came floating out. And so the procedure tells you to wipe stuff away with a dry wipe. It's really not something you can wipe away with a dry wipe. It was very powdery and all floated out. So for anything, I mean, we'll definitely need the vacuum, which we have now, but anything that's kind of needs to be wiped, I think we would need wet wipes of some kind. So we need to know, if we use a disinfectant wipe or a wet wipe or what kind of, or just like a wetted washcloth with water or whatever the recommendation is.
Copy all, Jessica. And then in terms of the powder itself, does it appear to be remaining kind of in a powdered form, or does it look to be potentially dissolving? We're trying to assess what substance might be, and we're looking to rule out potentially ice crystals.
Definitely not ice. The powder has accumulated on some of the vents. I can see it. It was just like a very powdery substance. Definitely was not ice. We would have been able to tell that.
Copy. We appreciate the confirmation on it not being ice. And give us just a moment here, and we're going to have those cleanup steps for you shortly.
So on 2, if you like, we can flip the camera over because I can definitely see some of the white powdery substance accumulating on the overhead vent grid in the overhead port location.
Stand by one, Jessica.
Station Houston on 2 for Jessica. We see you working in the gym. Thanks for the work. Right now, our first priority is to ensure that it is contained. Our understanding from your words is that it is on the intake in the gem, that there's none free-floating in the cabin, and we are curious if there are stems still remaining on the lid.
On the lid that we removed, there's a little bit of like a dusty substance on it. It's not floating away or anything, but we would have to use a wet wipe to wipe it off. I tried to wipe it off before we saw the rest of it. We just thought it was, you know, a little bit of some of the stuff we were expecting. So I tried to wipe it with a dry wipe, and it, you know, would definitely need a wet wipe to adhere to the surface, but just a very small amount that's on the lid that's here in front of us as well. We don't see any more floating around. I think, you know, the suction's pretty strong in that corner. The overhead port vent's a really strong one, so I think we were kind of lucky in the location that it just kind of all floated up there. We don't see anything else in the cabin.
Copy, Jessica. We're talking about it.
And so
And Station Houston on 2 for Jessica. We are still kind of talking about how to move forward with the unknown substance. And so we're looking at compatibility with disinfectant wipes in that lid. We're looking at whether we should just stow the lid and think about it for a little bit, or if we want to clean it up right now. And we're also aware that it's on the intake. So just so you know, I think we're tracking that it's contained to those 2 locations, and we're just trying to get the best cleanup method up to you.
Okay, copy that. Would you guys or Huntsville like us to move on to a subsequent cold bag while we wait for that, assuming we don't need to access frost and we're just going to other locations that we deem are safe?
If we could get some photo and video, that would be great. Maybe just with a gem camera, if that's easy enough, of both those locations.
Yeah, we can float the camera closer to the vent. I mean, obviously there's, I can't guarantee that every white speck you see is that because other stuff accumulates on the vents, but I personally did just vacuum that vent yesterday, so there shouldn't be a whole lot of other stuff on it. I'll float it over there.
Okay, we appreciate that. Thank you. And I lost a right earpod while I was there in that area, so if you happen to see that, let me know.
We did find one, a right one, and we put it in the lost and found. Can't remember where we found it, but we did find one. We thought it may have been a different crew members who reported one lost, but I think it was a right, not a left. So, could be yours.
Wow. I love working in a closed system. And yeah, the other left one is left in a container in the deck 4 of Node 1 with the spare AirPods.
All right, video tour of the lid area where there's some white substance kind of caked down there. We think we need a wet wipe of some type to get it off. There's a little bit of the same stuff on the inside part of the lid. Yeah, it's unclear whether the stuff that we're seeing kind of caked onto the black part of the lid is the same as the white material that floated out of the actual cooler area. And over to the overhead vent where some of the white flecks are caught up.
That's a super helpful shot, Jack. Thanks.
You're welcome.
And just so you're aware of the discussion going on down here, if we use a vacuum on a certain HAZ levels, then we don't get to use that vacuum anymore. And as you know, vacuums are limited. So we are talking about what we want to do. But it looks like everything's contained. Thanks for those shots.
Okay, copy. Yeah, we're tracking all that. There doesn't seem to be a way that we could open up the cooler again without having. I think that was an 8-ball sign. I don't think there's a way that we could open up the cooler again without having a vacuum to attract the particles. There's really no way to get in there without it all just kind of coming out again.
Okay, that's helpful. Thanks.
All right, if you guys got nothing else, we'll pop the camcorder back on the stand.
We are good with that. Thanks. Station Houston on 2 for the white flakes.
Good.
Hey, a couple things for you. We're going to end up having you proceed through the double cold bag unpack procedure. You'll work with PACOM for the steps, also for the alternate locations for the items that we're going in frost. We have a question, kind of a clarifying question. Can you take a look at the inside of frost? There's kind of an insulation type of material, and Jackson thinks that maybe these are kind of pieces of that insulation material. We're wondering if you could kind of inspect frost and see if you can find a similar looking material. And to clarify, that's just
one
a
of Jack's
lid.
original theories was, yeah, that's the lid that we took off, and we can hold that up to the camera. It has a white styrofoam-ish material that's what we showed you in the camera view. I was focusing on the black edges of it because that's where the material was accumulating. But Jack was kind of thinking like maybe it was like decomposed foam or something, but it was very, very powdery, so it was kind of led us to believe that it didn't really seem like that. But I'll hold that up to the camera for you.
Okay, those are good words. Thanks. And yeah, we'll take that view.
Houston on 2, and this is the lid that I'm talking about. You can see the styrofoam on it, but the material didn't come from when we removed this lid. It's like the first step is removing this lid, and then the second step is actually opening up the cooler itself. And maybe you mean that there's more styrofoam inside that cooler, but that's where the substance was. We wouldn't be able to show you that without opening it up and then releasing more of it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Styrofoam, as you can see, looks like it's all intact.
Okay, that's awesome. That's good to know. And we will let Jackson think about that a little bit before we keep going.
Okay, sounds good. We will leave everything here, and we'll go work with Huntsville on the next callback.
Good words.
Facilitation on 2 for Coldstone.
Jessica, we're with you. And I have some delta or a delta location for the item that was going to go into frost, and you guys are ready to copy.
Okay, yeah, I was just going to check in about that since there are a lot of other things in 1039 if you wanted us to move those. But if you have the delta for that first one, then we can take it and work on 1039 before we move to the next one.
Hey, Prem, that's a good config. Yeah, you guys will be picking up inset 5.4 for the remaining items from 1039, but that JAXA PCG container that was going to go into frost, that can go into Polar 6, which is currently in Cygnus, starboard 1, 5 nadir.
Okay, copy that. We will put the JAXA PCG in polar 6 and Cygnus starboard 1, 5 nadir.
That's a good readback. And then just to reiterate, you are go to press the remainder of this step since we're not tracking any other items are going to be accessing that frost unit.
Okay, copy.
Huntsville Station, Jackson 2 for 5.18 Odyssey Habitat Storage Location.
With you on 2, Jack.
Okay, we took the 4 vented bags from the habitat, put them in the glacier tray. What's the intent for the habitat itself? Where does that end up?
And Jack, we're tracking that as Cole Aft 1 Lima 2.
Okay, Cole Aft 1 Lima 2, and is that a later procedure step? Should we leave it? We'll leave it in the cold bag for now, and then we'll come across it later.
It's temp stowed per the procedure, and per the stowage note, lines 9 and also 12, it will be stowed at that Aft 1 Lima 2 location. So you can temp stow for now, and then by the end, you'll be putting it there.
Okay, we'll temp stow outside of the cold bag for now, and then it'll make it to its final location later. Thanks.
And good readback, and you're welcome.
Send Station Sophian 2 for stowage.
Go ahead on 2, Sophie.
There was another foreigner of the CSM type. So Sierra 204, so Sierra 204 CSM for Watkins was an extra item in the 1.0 CTB 5709, and this is step 21. And so, because you had given me the location for the previous one, I just went ahead and put it in the same, so it's now in the 3.0 5078 in PMM 1, starboard 1.
And Sophie, we copy. We like that location. Thank you.
Welcome.
Still station on 2, bag 1039 is complete. Same location for the double cold bag. Moving on to 1046.
Copy 1039 complete with the good location. Before you press on to 1046, we are going to hand you back over to Houston. They have some additional cleanup steps they want to walk you through potentially for the substance by frost. Just as a heads up, since we're still being extra cautious of any potentially liberated particles, we'd like you and Jack, if you're going back into the gem, to redon that PPE.
Okay, copy. We left the PPE there, so we will go to it and put it on. And then we'll wait for Houston's call.
Copy all.
And Station Houston on 2 for Jessica and Jack. I've got your cleanup steps when you're ready.
We are ready to copy the steps.
Awesome. So the intent here is to keep everything contained and keep you safe while getting things cleaned up and minimizing the use of the vacuum if we don't have to. So in general, we are going to be going exactly per the yellow zone hazardous release block in EMER 1B 4.2. But we're going to add a step here. We think that maybe with Kapton tape, you'll be able to capture the particles that are on the intakes and anything else that you find. So if you can use tape to get those, that would be the first item for cleanup, and then going to the wet wipes, and then kind of, as a last resort, the vacuum. You're obviously okay to use that if you guys determine that that's the only way to clean it up. But if you could give us a heads up about that and what you think, that would be great. Once you have everything done, because we're level 2, that means 3 levels of containment, so we'll need to triple bag that, and then we just want to temp stow it while we all think about what we really want to do for with that material.
Okay, copy. So this would be following the procedure 1 Bravo Yellow 4.2, and we'll try using tape. I think that gray tape is actually better for sticking to things and, you know, using it as an adhesive like that. So I think we'll wad up some gray tape, and then we'll get some wet wipes as well, and we will attempt to clean the vents and anything else that we see, but I don't know that we really see it anywhere else.
Okay, we like the gray tape idea. Thank you much.
And the other question, so that black lid that we showed you goes on top of the frost there. Would you like us to put it back in place? We wouldn't have to open the part where all the rest of the substance is, but we could put it in and also zip that CTB closed.
And Jessica, yes, we would like you to put that lid back on and zip the CTB. Thanks.
Okay, copy.
Station Houston. On 2 for Jessica and Jack, you can give a thumbs up to confirm, but once you're done cleaning, we want you to take a disinfectant wipe to all the places that the white substance was and just give it a once-over to make sure that we don't have any remnants, biology.
Houston Station, Jack on 2 for cleanup.
Go ahead on 2, Jack.
Having some luck with the gray tape on the filters. Sticking to the silver shield gloves pretty well. But as we're getting into it, it seems like it's less powdery than maybe we originally described, and more like old, degraded, small pieces of styrofoam, and less powdery in nature.
Awesome. That's a great description. Thank you.
Houston station for the cooler lid.
Go ahead on to Jack.
You guys think you want us to open the CTB and put the cover that we have out that we've been cleaning and put it back on? It seems like there's two covers in this setup. There's the cover that's still in there, that's closing, that's containing everything that's inside the CTB, and this was another cover on top of it. Do you want us to leave it outside the CTB just so we don't open it again, or do you want us to open the CTB and stow this cover?
In your opinion, does opening the CTB release more, or is our understanding was that the substance was inside of the inside box in Frox, but if you think that opening the CTB will release something loose in there, please let us know.
Our sense is that opening the CTB is not going to release anymore, and yeah, we're just going to put the lid back in on top.
Copy, we like it.
And we don't see any additional particles coming out as we do that. Do not see.
Copy, thanks.
Station Huntsville on Space Ground 2 for Jack or Jessica, and big picture overview for Colt Doge.
Go ahead.
Hey, Jessica. I know that we're running a little bit tight with time here, so just wanted to give you a kind of priority list. If you think you can knock out the remainder of the double cold bags, that would be fantastic. But we also don't want to run you guys into your pre-sleep and sleep periods. Our priority items to get unpacked today are serial numbers 1059 and 1057, since those contain items that are going to be used pretty quickly starting tomorrow for our ops.
Okay, copy 1059 and 1057. I think that we can manage to knock it out, and we can get some extra help if we need, but we'll continue on, and we'll let you know where we end up.
Excellent. Sounds good to us.
So, Station Sophie 2 for Polar 5.
We are with you, Sophie.
Yeah, so I know that my Polar 5 activity is a bit later, but I was going to ask if I can do it right now, and then after I'm going to help Jack and Jessica for the rest of all of the other activities. But am I able to start the Polar 5 now?
Hey, firm, Sophie, you are good to go ahead and start now. We appreciate the volunteering to help Jack and Jessica. And just a reminder to grab those lightweight cryo gloves for your PPE.
Copy cryo gloves, and yeah, no worries. Crew teamwork here.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Appreciate it. And Sophie Huntsville back with you for one quick go back.
And two.
Hey, Sophie, just again, out of an abundance of caution, given the substance that was released in the gem, since you're going to be accessing that module for MILFI-1, we'd like you to go ahead and don goggles and dust mask while you're in there.
Yeah, will do.
So station on 2, bag 1046 is unpacked. We have the ice bricks temp stowed at Gem Deck 1, and Sophie is using the cold bag for her activity.
We copy 1046 complete. Good config.
And Station Houston on 2 for Jessica at your convenience.
Yes.
Hey, Jessica, we're okay with your idea of using the vacuum. Kind of where we're sitting is that we're not 100% sure what it is, right, even though we're 90 to 95% sure. So our thought is that you're going to use the vacuum. We do want you to then triple bag it in hefty bags, but make that reversible, so don't duct tape those down, tie them up so that in a few days after folks get a chance to look at this, if we want to undo that, we can just pull it back out and use the bags again.
Okay, and confirm you mean the entire vacuum, not just like the vacuum bag.
That's correct, the entire vacuum.
Okay, yeah, copy. We'll do that. Consultation on 2 for double callbacks.
Go ahead.
Is complete, and we're going to put that in the same Deck 1 location. We're going to move on to 1057.
Excellent to hear.
Huntsville, Chris on 2 for field of view in 1.1 of 2.001.
Field of view looks great, Chris. We're ready to get started.
Copy, continuing on in 1.2. Huntsville, Chris on 2 for rhodium install.
Go ahead on 2, Chris.
Yeah, I was just looking at the diagram of where it's drawn out to have the seat track and the laptop desk, and if it comes from the app side like that, it's going to block the spot that we use for our vision testing. I could position it from the forward side and have it in approximately the same location and have probably less interference. I was just wondering if that's a concern that that we may have a conflict in the upcoming months.
And copy that, Chris. We're checking.
And Huntsville, if it makes it any easier, I mean, I think it'll be in approximately the same position if I have it come from the seat track on the forward side versus the aft side. And I think if it comes from the forward side, I don't see any concerns with anything. So if you're happy with that, and I think that's probably the easiest answer.
Beat me to it by 1 second, Chris. We are happy with that. You're good at press.
Thank you. Thanks, Phil. Chris on 2. We've got chamber 44 and step 1.5.
Copy 44. Is there any way to potentially focus the camera a little bit? We covered that you said it was number 44. It's just the label's pretty blurry on our end. And just for your awareness, we do trust your report on the serial numbers. This is just for the chain of custody requirements for the payloads. And that looks perfect, Chris. Thank you. We copy 44.
Station on 2, we are in step 8.16, and it looks like those items will not all fit in 3 Charlie 3 4. 3 Charlie 1 2 is empty. Would you like us to put 1 in there?
Checking, Jessica.
And so for now, we put the media bag BEM carts serial number 1 into 3 Charlie 1 2, and the rest of them are in the 3 Charlie 3 4 location.
And copy, Jessica. That's a good config. You're good to press.
Until station Sophie and 2 for gem and polar transfer.
Go ahead, Sophie.
So I'm in GEM. First question, is the view of the GEMChem 2 okay for you?
Just a few quick adjustments. Give me a second to get those words for you.
And second question in the meantime, so I have the dust mask on and the cryo gloves on. If I put the safety goggles instead of my reading glasses, it's going to be very tough to read and it will really slow down the process. So I was going to ask if it's okay for you that I keep only my reading glasses. And from what I see no floating particles around there. And it seems really clean.
And we're checking on that, Sophie, but we copy the preference.
Thank you.
Let's fill Chris on 2 for chamber 4-5.
We're ready for 4-5.
So station on 2, 1057 is complete, and we sewed that on deck 2 in GEM.
Jessica, copy deck 2, and good to hear it's complete. Chris, 45 is good. You're good to press. And Sophie, for the field of view adjustment, we'd like it to be a bit more kind of an overview kind of section of the GEM since you're going to be going around a lot. And our preference is for you to don the safety goggles with the prescription insets since we are just trying to be extra safe with any of that potential hazardous substances, as we're not sure if you guys have done the vacuuming yet.
Okay, so, well, it would take a while for me to go grab this thing, but it's okay. I'll make it work. I'll put the safety goggles on and, yeah, copy for the adjustment.
And we copy, Sophie, and we appreciate working with us on this. Yeah, we're just being a bunch of caution and rather safe than sorry.
I totally understand, and no worries. It's for the better of everyone.
And Station Houston on 2, just for the crew's awareness, we do have the substance that we think from Frost narrowed to one of 3 substances. 2 of them has 0, but one of them actually has 2. So we're going to keep up with the belt and suspenders until we can really figure out exactly which one that is.
Okay, we copy all.
And Chris, we're checking now once those get in focus. We copy 4647. Good to press.
Copy all. Continuing in step 2.
And so from Sophie and 2, how's the view now?
Looks fantastic, Sophie. Thank you.
Consultation on 2, we're in step 9.4 with the 18 media bags. They will not fit into that location.
Copy. Not fitting in 9.4. We'll get you a backup location.
Okay, copy. We got 11 into that location, so we have a remaining 7.
And Jessica, as we go back, from our telemetry on the ground, we're tracking that you guys are putting those into doer 1. We do need those to go into doer 3.
We just realized that we're moving them now.
Copy.
Station on 2 for those remaining media bags. That first location, that Jack Access 3 Alpha 12 had only one item in it. They would fit in there if that's a good spot.
And we're checking on that 3 Alpha 12 location, Jessica, but just to give us the kind of warm and fuzzies down here, can you confirm that all the items that you've been handling into this Muffy 3 have gone into Doer 3? Doer 1's at a different set point, so we're going to need to have...
Confirm, everything is in Doer 3.
Excellent, copy. And we'll get you an answer here in just a moment about the last location that you called. And Jessica, no issues with that being in the other trays as long as they're all in the right Doer. So you guys are good to press.
Yep, they're all in the right Doer. We did not put them in yet, but we will put them in 3 Alpha 12, those remaining items. So those would be 7 of the media bags.
Copy the remaining 7, and before you put them in, could we get those serial numbers just so we can track it?
One Charlie, 4 Alpha, 5 Alpha, 6 Alpha, 1 Alpha, 2 Alpha, 3 Alpha.
We copy, Jessica. Thank you.
Station on 2, 1059 is complete, and same deck 1 for that one. And moving on to the single stow box.
We copy 1059 complete and deck 1. And Jessica, I know we got a report, but just to make sure that everything is good for tomorrow's science, we copy that all of the double cold or the 18 media bags are all in the correct Doer, but additionally for step 9.3, those suspension bags for MEF1, those are also in Doer 3, correct?
Affirm. Jack very briefly put them in doer 1, but we removed them and put them all in media 3, but per the procedure execute note, only one of them is in only one of the suspension bags is in there. It said to temp stow the other 6 in a mesh bag. Was that not correct?
You have the correct config. We just wanted to make sure that the one was in 2 or 3 and all the other ones are in the correct location. So thank you very much for that.
Okay, you're welcome.
Huntsville, Chris, on to for rhodium.
Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I took pictures of each of the pairs of biocuvettes. It wasn't clear to me. Do they need to be arranged in any specific way on this laptop desk on overhead 6, or what are we looking? Are we looking for anything in particular? Otherwise, they're up there, and I've got all photos taken.
No specific orientation is required. The way they are set up now is good.
In Melfi 1, Doer 1, Trade Charlie, Section 3-4, I won't be able to fit the 6 chain bags. They are already in, but I need another location for the 12 inoculation bag.
And Sophie, Huntsville is with you on 2. We just got back from a very short LOS, but I do copy you were saying the inoculation bags, the 12 of them, are not going to fit into that Melfi location. We'll get you a backup one.
Thank you. And if possible, I'd like a plan where I put all the 12 in the same location.
And we'll check on that, Sophie. And Chris, Huntsville back with you on 2. In case you missed my call from that LOS there, the configuration you had is A-OK. There's no specific orientation that is required.
Okay, copy. And you just wanted pictures of all of the pairs of cuvettes, as well as just one overview picture of each of the chambers. Is that correct?
Affirm, Chris. And you can go ahead and leave the serial number of that trust card either in a crew note or call it down. Either one's fine with us.
Copy. The card that was in this camera doesn't actually have a serial number on it, so I'm going to label it rhodium and put it in our held cards. Hope that's okay.
Copy. We will take a barcode if you have it, but if not, as long as it is retained, it's fine with us.
I'm still Chris on 2. I just showed you all the information I have on that card. I don't know if any of that is useful. There's no ISS barcode or anything on it. And there is a QR code on the back that says 23140 Foxtrot 454503 or 60 454603.
And we copy all, Chris. We're still KULOS, but copy the report of the QR code on the back, and we are content with just like you said, we're just putting that label rhodium on it. As long as it's retained, that's good with us. We appreciate it.
It is labeled and retained. Photos are on SSC 7.
Copy 7. Station Huntsville on Space to Ground 2 for Sophie and Cold Storage location.
Huntsville, Sophie is with you. I was at the other Melfi for the rest of the erection tubes, so happy to copy the new location.
Yeah, no worries, Sophie. Just a quick clarification. The inoculation bag, since the first part of the call got cut off, you are talking about the MEF1 inoculation bags that were going into a Trey Charlie, correct? Not the auxilium bags?
Hey, friend, that's correct.
Copy. And those MEF1 bags, those can go at the same Melfi. So Melfi 1, it can go Doer 1, Trey Delta, Section 1, 2.
Okay, I understand. Melfi 1, then 1 Delta, 1, 2. Thank you.
You're welcome. Station Huntsville on Space to Ground 2 for Chris and a go back.
Chris is with you on 2.
It wouldn't be a good day of science without at least a few go backs. So for the orientation of those modules on the laptop desk, they do actually matter just a little bit. We want to try and minimize any shadowing that's occurring between the chambers. So you are good to put them all in a straight horizontal line across the laptop desk. We think that will prevent any shadows from the overhead lights from impacting the science collection.
Yeah, copy. So, yep, I can do that. Is there an orientation? Because clearly the ones that are kind of pointing inwards or like towards each other are going to have less light than the ones that are pointing directly at the lights. Or do you want them all at like 45 degrees?
Checking on that, Chris. 1 second. And Chris Huntsville is back with you. There is no specific orientation required for each individual cuvette. The PDS requested just a kind of generic horizontal line. They're tracking the discrepancies in the types of shape between each of them.
Chris copies all. I'll grab some more Velcro squares and I'll make them all in a line.
Much appreciated, Chris. Thank you.
Huntsville Station on 2, the cold sew box is complete. Those items with the white ice bricks are on GEM Deck 2.
Copy GEM Deck 2. Thank you, Jessica.
So Chris on 2, I put all those chambers in a line. The sides with cuvettes 1 and 2 on each of the chambers is facing Station F.
We copy that, Chris. We see the config in the overview view, the lab essay view rather. Looks good to us. Copy, thumbs up.
Full station on 2 for stowage.
Go ahead, on 2.
Just double checking the suspension bags, 6 of them that we temp stowed in 9.2. We don't see that in the stow note. It says for a later Sable activity, but which Sable would you like us to put them by?
And we're checking on that, Jessica. There's 2 Sables for an upcoming, or 2 different ones for upcoming insert on 1850. I'll get you the answer here in just a second.
All right, copy.
And Jessica, that's going to be Sable serial number 2, which is overhead 1, delta 2.
Overhead 1 in the lab. We'll put that there and move on to the next activities.
Copy that. Good config.
Hansel from station, Sophie for double call back. So for your information, I'm going to go back to Dragon to put the desiccants because it was I did include some of the desiccant. It was everything was floating away everywhere. So I decided to put everything in a mesh bag, including the desiccant. So and now that everything is stowed in the proper location, Melfi, and I counted all the items, so we are good. I just need to go back to Dragon to put the desiccants.
Copy that, Sophie. Everything is in a good config. You just need to go back to Dragon to regather those desiccants. Just let us know when you have those inside of the polars, and we'll be good to go.
Okay. And Hansel from Sophie, also for your information, double callback 1046 is going to say self-stowed drain in Gem Deck 5 over the north tank.
We copy Gem Deck 5, and Sophie, just if it helps you a little bit, those desiccants, you can either put them back into the polar, or we're checking they can also be trashed. So, your preference.
I'm not sure I understood. So you say it's either back in the polar or trashed. I'm here to serve. Whatever is better for you.
You can go ahead and just trash those in the common trash.
Okay, trashing the desiccants in the common trash, and so now in the polar of Dragon there is no more desiccant. And so we're all good config. I'm just going to go ahead and check the polar of the Dragon to be sure that it's all locked and everything, but it's just a double check to be sure.
We like that plan, Sophie.
Council Station Sofian 2, I can confirm Polar 5 is in good config, so go for a ground commandment.
Marvelous, Sophie. We appreciate that. And Station Huntsville on Space Ground 2 for all USOS crew. Just an overview of the ops we need to have completed for today. The remaining hard-scheduled activities on Jack's timeline with MEF-1 are a priority for ops tomorrow, along with the LSG work volume deploy. The MEF-1 hardware gather and cue card print on Jessica can both be completed tomorrow if you would prefer, or you can knock them out today. It's your preference. But the only things that have to be done tonight are the activities on Jack's timeline.
Station copies all.
Council Station Sofian 2 for a question.
Here with you on 2 for an answer.
Thanks. So I'm doing Jack's activity at 18:45, and I understand it's all going to go in SABL as the activity right after. This standby one. Okay, sorry. So I was going to say, I understand it's for insert in the ACBL, but at no point in the procedure I see that I should consume them in a double call bag or whatever other thing. So I was going to go with a mesh bag, and is that okay or not?
No issues with mesh bag, Sophie.
me. Go for mesh back. Thanks.